This week on Crosstalk,
God still is in the miracle working business, and he can still pull off the biggest long shots.
When you're having a bad day, there's someone there that the Lord's gonna lead you to that's gonna help you through whatever you're going through.
we'll have our Pastor's Corner and our Life Coach segments with sound biblical advice and our scrolling church calendar where you can find wholesome events for the entire family.
Still young at heart. Hi there, I'm Neil Gordon. Welcome to Crosstalk. This week we're on the site of the old Adventure Crossing, now Revivify Church and Adventure Center. You know, this is all about paying it forward this week on Crosstalk. In fact, a foundation and a local facility, Harry's Equipment, donated 11 go-karts, $50,000 in total. And young kids have an opportunity to ride them for free. We'll learn about that a little later in the program. Okay, let's head inside and meet the pastor of Revivify, trying to revive the old Adventure Crossing with the good of the community in mind.
God still is in the miracle working business, and he can still pull off the biggest long shots.
One of those miracles is that Revivify's sanctuary used to be a battle zone for laser tag. Revivify's pastor knew that the Lasertron room would be perfect for church worship.
It was big enough. It was twice the size of what we had before. And so it worked out really, really well to make this the worship center and keeping the rest of it the community center.
Kids love the go-karts, and Revivify is paying the go-karts forward. Any summer camp, daycare, or after-school attendee gets to use them free of charge. And this will create good, clean fun for other churches and more.
It's a place for evangelism. For instance, out on the mini golf course right now, we have a cross right in the middle of the course standing up, and we're going to create a little prayer garden right in the middle of the golf course out there for people to go and sit and meditate and pray and read scripture and just enjoy.
How was God involved in just making this purchase happen?
When we first got here, the property was way out of our reach financially, and we knew it, but we had this draw. We just knew that God was drawing us to this place. So we went ahead with all the faith in the world, set up an appointment to view the property. Now, Neil, we didn't have a dime to our name.
A multimillionaire businessman owned the property with a heart for the Lord and God's children.
So we called, and the first thing he said is, "Now, Jason, I can't give you this property." And of course, I said, "Listen, I'm not asking for that. That's not fair. I wouldn't even begin to do that to you." I said, "I just want to know the vision that you have before you. Is it feasible? Take me to school. Show me if we're thinking crazy here, or is this something that you think we can do?" And within just a few minutes, it dropped the amount of the price of the property by $900,000. Yeah, and I was blown away.
So fundraising began, but there just wasn't enough money.
And of course, secretly, I'm thinking, I don't know that we can do this.
And you feel like at every turn, every time I get out of one thing, I end up against something else.
So pastors do what pastors do, pray, but on a certain day, in a very unique way.
And what we did is every Saturday for 21 weeks, we came out here as a team, we prayed, and we circled the building, kind of like the children of Israel circling Jericho. And we prayed the whole time we circled, and we would circle it one time every Saturday for 21 weeks.
So when they finished praying, the benefactor told Jason he would finance most of the sale and allowed him to sell parcels of land to other businesses and organizations to come up with the down payment, thereby allowing Jason to focus solely on his ministry.
You mentioned the Big C. How have other churches in the area lifted you up and helped you in this mission?
I tell you, there have been a number of churches who reached out to us and said, "That's a bold step, that's a huge step of faith, and we support you." And they didn't just say it with their mouth. They prayed for us, they checked on us, how are you doing? But then they've also donated to us. Sanctuary Church, actually, donated a month's worth of a mortgage payment for us. And so it's that kind of involvement from other churches that we're starting to see. Because again, it's not about the Little C Church, our four walls and no more. It's about the Big C Church. Churches don't need to compete. There are plenty of people out there who need to know God.
Coming up next, what a Beech Island churchgoer lacks in sight, she more than makes up for in vision. And Neil visits a cafe that specializes in serving up tithes with every latte.
Crosstalk is presented by Windsor Fine Jewelers on Washington Road, across from the Augusta National Golf Club.
Enjoy the program, and remember, you are invited to church.
Celebrating, not being sad.
Always celebrating.
Yeah, definitely. Like this. Just like this.
Well, I wouldn't mind having a destination funeral.
A destination funeral.
Yeah,
That's
Italy would be cool. Everyone can have fun, at my expense.
Yeah, who pays for this?
Welcome back to Crosstalk. This week from Revivify Church in Martinez.
Just the love and the welcoming and the graciousness that I received here makes me know that I belong. It's nothing better than getting affirmation from the people as well as the King.
The sound of fresh coffee and lattes brewing. Hey, Neil Gordon again, back inside a Revivify. This is now the coffee lounge. When I used to come here with my kids, it used to be not so healthy pizza and nachos, so this is much better. Noelle, what you got brewing?
Hi, Neil. This is a caramel latte.
Ah, my favorite. Wonderful. Delicious. Noelle, how did you and your husband come up with the name in the scripture?
My husband's of Italian descent, so scopo means purpose in Italian. And the scripture everyone's familiar with is just, really spoke to us about it all being according to God's purpose.
Well, be blessed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the caramel latte. It is delicious. And this is a true pay it forward story because the Kreidners went ahead, did all the training on their own, purchased all the equipment with no experience, just with God's faith in mind. And the pastor is just allowing them to be here. 10% of the profits will go to tithing. And that's all. Pay it forward. Cafe Scopa.
Time now to visit First Baptist Church in Beech Island for an eye-opening testimony.
I met Rachael Lawler at First Baptist Beech Island and was amazed by her story. Though legally blind, she continues to count the many blessings God has poured over her life.
I had really started going to church after I had my daughter. I realized that all through my years of growing up, I always had a desire to go to church. It always was something that I was very drawn to. And I believe now that the Lord was just preparing for me what I was going to go through.
She was diagnosed with Stargard's at 20 years old, an incurable disease that could eventually destroy the cells in her eyes.
And at that moment, it was hard for me. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to take my kids to their doctor's appointments. I'm not going to be able to go grocery shopping by myself. My independence is gone. And it was hard for a few years, but then I started realizing, I'm still able to do.
How did the church affect your circumstances?
A friend here asked me to come try her church, and so I did, and my kids loved it. The people here welcomed me, and that's one thing that's wonderful about Christians. People that don't have the love of God in their heart, and I just don't think they can show the compassion that people like that do. My daughter had mentioned in youth group on Wednesday night, how because she's seen my struggles more than anyone. She was watching and found something on the internet with Rachael Ray where you can get these glasses to help you see.
Wow.
And so she spoke with the youth group and gave me a different perspective of what she sees in me. And it was a little overwhelming because
Wow.
you always know that your kids love you, but that just touched my heart.
A hurricane threatening the coast of Miami brought Rachel's future brother-in-law and his family to their house for safety. Upon hearing of Rachel's condition, they were moved to help.
So, how much do you need for these glasses? And I was like, oh no, they're too expensive. I said, we're gonna raise the money, and this and that. And he was like, no, I just want to know how much they are. So, I told him, and then later on he came to me and he was like, it's done. You have the money.
We'll take 2020, 2010,
Yes.
2010 for another day. How about that?
That sounds good.
I'm going to tilt your unit back up here, and if you want to look at where you were looking, you were reading the 2020 line on that page. That's incredible.
Wow.
How do you do with reading?
I struggle with reading.
Okay.
But I love to read.
Well,
I won't have to spend another, when my daughter graduates college, I'll be able to see her graduate. I just won't be in the audience just there. I'll be able to watch her.
There may be someone at home right now walking through a similar journey. What would you share with them today?
Church is not just a place to go and learn about God.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place to feel the love of God. You have support and you have compassion, and when you're having a bad day, there's someone there that the Lord's gonna lead you to that's gonna help you through whatever you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where I would be without it.
Right.
And I'm so blessed and thankful to have my church family, and I love them dearly.
Coming up next,
there's not anything you can do better for your health than consume a healthy diet.
and Neil finds himself a little snug with a big gift to Revivify.
Our Christian calendar is a service of 52 Creative, a full-service audio, visual, and lighting company specializing in serving churches with creative solutions in the sanctuary and at community events. Visit 52creative.net.
Are the audio and video systems at your church outdated or simply a mess? Don't worry, we can help, just like we've helped many others. 52 Creative, consulting, installation, and training for your church.
God cares about you. Someone's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to pray for you. You can call or text the 88.3 WAFJ Prayer and Crisis Referral Line. The number is 877-800-7729.
Comfort Keepers can provide a variety of in-home services for your aging loved ones. We'll assess their needs and create a custom care plan that can change as their needs change.
Comfort Keepers, keeping the comfort of home.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. This week from Revivify Church in Martinez.
The pastors here and the house alone are more supportive of the children, families, and really connecting the hearts here.
It's just an awesome sense of community. We love it here. It's just great.
Good Lord, how did Revivify Church fit 400 chairs into this closet? The answer is Journey Community Church actually delivered them. That's right. Journey was planted many years ago by Stevens Creek Church, their way of paying it forward. And by the way, in the month of August, guess how much money Revivify will pay for its mortgage? $0. The sanctuary donated the money, just like another church had donated to them more than a decade ago. All right, got to go back into the prayer closet to make sure our next segment goes well.
The Pastor's Corner is presented by Stevens Creek Church with services at 9, 10:30, and 12 on Sundays and online at stevenscreekchurch.com.
1 minute in the presence of the Lord can change your life forever. The presence of the Lord, when you realize you are in His presence, your life can be forever changed. And you will find the freedom that you so desperately need if you'll come to the place where you say, God, I'm giving it over to you. And the point is that God is saying to you is that the life in front of you is far more important than the life behind you. The life in front of you is far more important than the life behind you. I've got a plan for your life. I've got a future for you. But so many times we're pushing God away. We're pushing God away when God has said, I want you to come closer. I want you to come closer. I want you to take off your sandals, and I want you to stand here on holy ground. Stand here in my presence.
The Pastor's Corner is presented by Stevens Creek Church with services at 9, 10:30, and 12 on Sundays and online at stevenscreekchurch.com.
In the CSRA, your Christmas celebration station is 88.3 WAFJ. Classics and fresh new Christmas songs for you and your family. Experience Christmas joy at 88.3 WAFJ.
Life Coach is presented by Dr. Ron Eager, a Christian OBGYN physician specializing in helping women achieve all their health goals. Visit womenswellnessaugusta.com or call 706-733-4427.
Hey everybody, Dr. Ron Eager. I was speaking to a group not long ago and I made this statement, you are what you eat. One fellow raised his hand and says, well, I guess that makes me a chocolate eclair. Food can be your medicine or your poison. There's not anything you can do better for your health than consume a healthy diet. Now, I'm going to consolidate 50 years of nutritional training into a few simple rules. Number one, eat balanced. There's not the best food in the world that you have to consume, and there's not a worse food in the world to avoid, except maybe Twinkies. But just eat balanced. Number two, eat less sugar. Number three, eat less saturated fat. Number four, eat more fiber. And number five, simply eat less of everything. One of the best predictors of someone living to being over 100 is that they consume generally fewer calories than the rest of us. The original wise guy, Solomon, said many years ago, be not a drunkard nor a gluttonous eater. Now that's real wisdom.
Life Coach is presented by Dr. Ron Eager, a Christian OBGYN physician specializing in helping women achieve all their health goals. Visit womenswellnessaugusta.com or call 706-733-4427.
Coming up next.
And I remember sitting at the table, crying about what God had done.
Find the best solution for your business or office today. It's as easy as a swipe of the finger with over 100,000 items available. Best Office Solutions team has been serving Georgia for over 15 years. From furniture and promotional products to coffee and paper towels. Got an event? Call Best. Best Office Solutions has everything you need for the office except for the people. Need a remodel? Contact Best Office Solutions to redesign your space today. Visit us at bestofficesolutions.com or call 877-533-BEST.
What services does Morningside of Evans Assisted Living provide?
We focus more on seniors that are 65 years and older that are not able to live independently in their own home for whatever reason. Whether it's because of safety concerns, they've had, several falls, or they're having some memory issues and they're not taking their medications like they should, they're not eating properly. Or it could just be because they're socially isolated. All of their friends have passed on, or they have digressed into a depressive type of state and they don't want to be around other people for whatever reason. So we assist them. We try to get them out of their shell, so to speak, and offer them a more social atmosphere, and we assist them with bathing, dressing, things like that, medications.
Our Christian calendar of events is a service of Be Still Displays, with approximately 20 digital billboards across the CSRA, available to help your church or company grow with a flexible approach. Visit BeStillDisplays.com. Welcome back to Crosstalk, this week from Revivify Church in Martinez.
It's a fun place. This is a place where I come on Sundays, not because I gotta go, but we come because we want to go. This is where, when you come here, you get chills. You just feel good, and you're not it's a family. It's not just a church. It really is just a family, you know.
Jason, take us back to that moment when you closed on the building and you knew that your dream was about to be real.
Wow. Going into the attorney's office that day, realizing that the money was there, that the owner had been so gracious to finance it for us and to help us our first year, to get us on our feet and off to the races with this. Walking in that attorney's office, it was surreal. Realizing that we were getting ready to ink the purchase of this property. And I remember when I grabbed the pen, I was trembling, I was shaking. Because when I think back at the miracles, multiple miracles that took place in order for this to happen, to look at the timeline even 10, 15, 20 years ago, it may have caught Augusta by surprise that Adventure Crossing wasn't going to be anymore, but it didn't catch God by surprise. He had the plan the whole time. And to realize that I'm being allowed to participate in this plan, that was so amazing. And I remember sitting at the table, crying about what God had done. And I know some of the attorneys that were in there, some of the other people were kind of looking at me like, he's just buying a commercial piece of property. What is that about? No, this is more than just a commercial piece of property. This was a vision that had been given to us 8 years ago, was now coming to fruition. And I could not get that feeling of this is a moment in history. If nobody but for our church, this was a moment in history. But then I realized, no, this is a moment in history for Augusta. And it's something that's going to play out for years to come. Because we got to make sure we make that happen with everything we got in us. It was just unbelievable. We all cried. Everybody was with us that day. We had several people from our church with us, and there was tears all through the room. And it was amazing to see that kind of thing happen.
Amen.
And in our last segment, we'll update changes Jason has made since July.
This portion of Crosstalk is a service of the Hawk Law Group, the local trial attorneys helping you with your serious injury claims. Visit hawklawgroup.com or call 706-444-4444. Ann Mayo and Associates Certified Public Accountants, specializing in tax planning and preparation. Highlight your bottom line. Visit mayocpas.com.
Hi, I'm Robin Kelly, owner of Trend Salon in Martinez. I'm blessed to have a great team that brings out the best in every client. We do hair for the entire family, nails, sugaring, massage, facials, and makeup. A kids' playroom is also available. We're so passionate about our annual cut-a-thons. Together we've raised over $100,000 for local families. Visit us at 3670 Riverwatch Parkway or online at trendsalonaugusta.com.
Welcome back to Crosstalk. I'm Brian Williams, the director, and this is the blessing segment. It gives me such privilege and such thrill to be able to go and meet needing people and be able to provide money for them through our incredible sponsor, Posey Funeral Directors and Walker Posey, who is just an angel himself. We received an email I'd like to read to you, and this is someone who is asking for help. So this is kind of what we're looking for when you send in something, whether you're a person or whether you're a foundation. We all need God's help, and we all need to be able to do nice things for others. So here's an email. For the last few years, my mom has put her life on hold to help my older brother with his son who has Down syndrome. My brothers and I even moved in with her to help bear some of the burden. Well, last year, my very special nephew was diagnosed with leukemia. My mother worked so hard to make sure we were all taken care of. I'd love to bless her with a trip for a few days. So see, it's as simple as that. Reach out to us on crosstalktv.com and let us know your burden. Let us know how you could receive some help, or someone you know, or again, a foundation. So thank you very much. God bless and enjoy the show.
Thanks so much, Brian. Speaking of amazing blessings, we're back here at Revivify. It's been about 6 months since we filmed the pilot episode of Crosstalk in July of 2018. Just one of the many blessings that has occurred since is a divider wall that has been put up between Cafe Scopo and a brand new daycare. The capacity of the children for the daycare is at about 80 children. And as of the first of the year, they're expecting to be at about 50% capacity. But the really neat part is that Pastor Mitchum has delivered on his promise to try and help out some in the community. In fact, he's given $1,000 in scholarships as of the Christmas season of 2018. One of the recipients is a single mom who just got a really terrific job during the course of this 90-day scholarship. And the way Pastor Mitchum is going to do it is he's going to give a hand up instead of a handout. So they will reevaluate after 90 days. And if the scholarship recipient is back on his or her feet, eventually the goal, they'll pay a full tuition and feel much better about their current situation. And a special thanks to Priscilla Gary, our Crosstalk correspondent that filed that report, Rachel's story that you saw earlier in the program. And we're proud to say so many people have seen that story from earlier in the summer and sort of seen the light about trying to help others in need. Please join us next weekend. We'll have our special Christmas program from Second Providence Baptist Church in North Augusta. Arlene Edwards will rejoin me. We're so excited about the program. We'll talk a little bit about the angel tree and so many exciting things that are going on in the community. That is Saturday evening, 6 p.m. on NBC 26, Sunday morning at 8, and evening at 7 p.m. on TV 49 WBPI. By the way, don't forget to check us out online. You can go to Crosstalk TV on Facebook, and here are the other addresses for you to stay plugged in. Look forward to seeing you next week, and God bless. Closed captioning for the hearing impaired is brought to you by Freitas Wealth Management Group. Founder Robert Freitas is dedicated to helping families and businesses with financial planning, investments, insurance, and estate planning with a Christian perspective. Call 803-393-2241 or visit FreitasWMG.com. Petch Respiratory Services, a family-owned and operated respiratory company specializing in life support ventilation services, CPAP and BiPAP, along with home oxygen equipment and service. Call the number on the screen or visit petchrespiratory.com.
And Morningside Assisted Living on North Bel Air Road, providing their Lifestyle 360 program to take care of the mind, body, and soul of their clients. Visit morningsideofevans.com.
With the help of Comfort Keepers, I'm keeping my mom healthy.
I'm keeping Dad on schedule.
I'm keeping my mom happy.
Comfort Keepers in-home professional caregivers can provide meal planning and preparation, health and wellness services, and personal care services through custom care plans that can change as needs change, so your aging loved ones can stay happy and healthy in their own home.
Comfort Keepers, keeping the comfort of home.
We hope you've enjoyed Crosstalk presented by Windsor Fine Jewelers.
And remember, you are invited to church.